Hello, friends. Welcome again to another episode of Intentional Living with Emlah podcast. I'm honored to have you today and one of my favorite yoga instructors, Miss Pooja.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show
Thank you for
today.
having me.
I am so honored. So, I'll let you introduce yourself, but as an Arizona native who transplanted into Ohio and having lived here for about 9 years, I mean, I'll be moving from Ohio to Arizona, not the other way around, but we'll just leave that at that. It's been 9 years. You went to school, had your master's, was supposed to be a teacher, stayed at home with your babies. You got to tell me about those babies. And Union Yoga Studio.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Tell
crazy.
us more about yourself.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for having me. I transplanted here 9 years ago, and Columbus was not on my bingo card. Ohio in general was not in my bingo card. I was in New York. I was pretty stubborn about not wanting to leave New York.
I love the stubborn part.
And I met a great guy, got married, and life had other plans for us, and we moved to Ohio. We kept thinking Ohio is not permanent. We'll move. We'll figure it out. You know, we were in our 20s, and then one thing after the other, here we are. We had our first kid, our daughter, in 2021, right after the pandemic. And then we had our little guy last February.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's
so
he doing?
much. He's good. He is the quite opposite of his big sister.
Isn't that how they're?
Yes.
My mom used to say they come from different sides of the womb.
Yeah. I
You
would
do.
very much agree with that, because she is like poised and like organized, and my little guy just
He's who he is.
he is who he is, and I love that about him. So yeah, we have two babies. We have a fur baby at home. We have a beautiful home, and looking back, I was very stubborn also about moving back to Arizona. I wanted to be close to home, close to my parents, and I had kind of like very firmly held on to that idea. And then last year, just through my own conversation with myself, I decided to let go of Arizona. And within the few weeks, Union Yoga came to life. And so it's very much a testament to everything is supposed to happen when it's supposed to. So Union Yoga is going to be a year in January. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I have an incredible team of teachers who bring so much experience, warmth, and kindness to the classes and the people they meet. And I'm very proud to have them. I'm nothing without them. And they are just as much Union Yoga as I am. So yeah, we're
love
we're
that.
growing, and we love it. Yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Just hold that thought on your team for a minute. Let's take back one step. You're on the Intentional Living podcast. When I say intentional living, what comes to mind?
When I hear intentional living, it's living a life with boundaries that are set very clearly, very firmly, but they have purpose.
You heard the girl. Boundaries that are set very firmly, clearly, with purpose.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Ooh,
I practiced that in the car.
Definition. I love that. Ooh, I love that. Boundaries that are set very clearly with purpose
And firmly.
and firmly. I love that. So we talk about moving from Arizona to Ohio, and part of you is still in Arizona because your parents are still there.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Oh
How
my
they're
gosh.
feeling right now, because I know they're going to be listening to this and they're like, this little beautiful girl of ours left us
Yeah.
and went to Ohio.
Yeah.
And they're still in Arizona.
Yes.
Tell us about that relationship, because a lot of us are not living where we were born and where our parents are, and those feelings.
It is something I grapple with almost every day. I have an older sister who lives out in Florida.
Yes.
And so both of us are away from home.
Yes.
And, you know, thankfully our parents travel. They come to us. We go to them. But that feeling of being away from them is it sits in your heart, you know, and I feel it, you know, simple thing when they go to school, they're gone for just a few hours, but they're away from me.
Yes.
And so that feeling of like something's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I know that my parents miss that,
Feeling
especially
that
now with
way.
the grandbabies, right? Being close to home was something I was like, I need to get back to Arizona. I need to be there for my parents because they're moving into a different phase of life.
Yes.
And that was just what I was feeling like I needed to do. And, you know, they unknowingly gave their blessing when we opened the studio, decided to stay rooted in Columbus. I know it was a heartbreak for them, but they have been nothing short of supportive. They spend multiple weeks out here taking care of the kids, coming to the studio to take classes. And so, you know, we've found our balance, but I will say the first 5-7 years, my heart was primarily in Arizona.
I picked up on one thing you just said. You said they unknowingly gave their blessing. That is beautiful. That is testament to the relationship that you have with them, because you can feel a blessing that they give to you. And that's, you know, that in life, you see people every day that you cross paths with, and they give you a blessing for you to go ahead and get something done. Giving you that energy without even like verbally articulating it. I felt that. Yeah. That is beautiful. And here we are at Intentional Living, and you have welcome Ohio, you have welcome Union Yoga, and the studio is beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. I will have a link in the show notes. So if you have not visited Union Yoga, you need to go in there. When you walk in, you're greeted with that feeling of it is not autopilot. It is aligned in here. Like you have no choice but to like stop, take a deep breath, inhale, and then exhale. That clarity.
Leave it all
just
at
like,
the door.
I felt that way. I was like, ooh, noisy self in here. Take a deep breath, Emlah, and chill. So I calm down and I start thinking about, I'm like, how can we integrate? When I'm thinking of the pillars of intentional living, I'm thinking of nutrition, movement, inner alignment, and positive social connections. I think about you, Pooja, and I say, which one of those pillars do you affiliate the strongest with, and which one do you struggle with?
Ooh. The one I more gravitate to is definitely movement, right? I think through years of depression therapy, I've come to realize that I am my own medicine. If I don't take care of myself, no one else can. I can't put that responsibility on anybody else, not my parents, not my husband, not my kids. It's all about me.
Oh, I wish I could record that and say it one more time, but it is on the podcast and you are listening to this. If you do not take care of yourself, nobody else is going to.
Nobody else is going to.
You are your priority. And those of us who are around you, I, as your student, benefits. Your husband, your children, the best friends, we all benefit from you taking care of yourself.
Yes. And so movement was something I turned to after I had my daughter, Leela. I struggled very deeply with postpartum depression.
Tell us about that.
Well, postpartum depression, they don't prep you for that. There is no book about it. That's not showing up on the baby registry. No. You know, like that's not something that's talked about. And, you know, it's something I'm very passionately trying to advocate more for my friends who are new moms or newly pregnant, and focusing on you, right? Like the baby will learn, you will adjust, but take care of you. And I wish I had that. You know, I was in a COVID, I had a COVID pregnancy.
That was double hard.
Double hard, right? And what I'm turning to is social media in all its glory. I'm seeing these moms who are just, my baby,
being fancy,
you know, and again, social media has its place, and I consumed a lot of that, right? Which then internally made me feel like I wasn't doing enough for my baby. I wasn't taking care of her enough. I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't being a good wife. I wasn't being a good this. I wasn't being a good that. And ultimately, I hit rock bottom. And I could probably tell you the date. September 5th, 2021, I'm sorry, 2021. I broke down to the point where I I felt I had failed my parents, my husband, my daughter, and myself. And the thing I turned to was therapy and movement. The one thing that my therapist said was, I want you to start walking. Get out of your house.
Yes.
When you start feeling comfortable with walking, I want you to do 10 minutes of yoga. Get back into that thing that you love. And I started doing that. And then later that year, I went to teacher training for yoga, to become a teacher. So movement is medicine for me. I would much rather go on a walk, do a 90-minute hot yoga class than have to take medicine, like physical medicine.
This is Pooja looking at you from outside, looking at you, this beautiful Pooja with her beautiful baby, and we're looking from outside and like, oh, okay, cute mom. But nobody knows what you're going through inside, and you're struggling with this postpartum depression, and you're figuring out. And congratulations to you for taking that first step into therapy, because that's not a lot of cultures, a lot of just the norms around it, and just encouraging. And I just cannot stress this enough. Get a therapist, and your body will thank you.
Yes.
Get a therapist, the people around you will thank you.
100%.
So it had to be, even though you grew up in yoga, it had to take your therapist to remind you.
Yeah.
That is positive social connection right there, to remind you to get back to movement.
Yeah.
And you went back to become a teacher. And so why yoga?
When I look at all the movements, they're great, right?
Yes.
We have running, we have lifting, we have training, all, so many different types of movements. And I've tried them all, like I've given them all a little taste.
Yeah.
When I step on my mat, when I do a practice, it's not about what I look like physically. It's stepping on my mat and giving myself the opportunity to work through whatever is going on in here. And it's all about me. And I say this to students who come to Union all the time. If you come into the room and don't do any yoga and you lay on your mat, that's still doing yoga. Why? Because you're working this. You can easily get up and walk out and leave.
Just come to the studio and just be on the
You
mat.
can lay there, but you're staying very present.
I come in.
That's fine. I won't come for you. You can ask anybody who's been a new student. And that's what you have to do, right? That's mental strength, saying, I can lay here, even if I'm laying here, my eyes are closed, I'm breathing.
Yes.
I'm building that mental strength, right?
I love that.
And yoga, and again, to each their own, right? But yoga for me is that opportunity to untangle whatever is happening up here. And I can look myself in the eye in the mirror and be like, no, you can do hard things. You can stand here and balance on one foot. It's easy to get out of it. It's harder to stay in it. Right?
Thanks for saying that, because we always think that we have to be doing, getting stuff done, but just you giving me the permission to come to the studio and just be.
Just be. Yeah.
It takes another person to remind me of that. And that is helpful.
Yeah. So yoga is beautiful because it's not one size fits all, right? You come in, we all bring different ranges of motions, body types, things that have happened in our body, right? And you come onto the mat and it's your own. I'm simply there to guide you, keep you safe. If you have questions, answer those questions. And it's all about you. I'm not here to take any credit. I'm not here to anything. I want it to be about you. And that's what it is when you step on the mat. And that's what all of the teachers at Union stand for, is that it's about you, right? And we want to leave people feeling better than when we receive them. So that's why yoga, it's very simple. It can be as advanced as you make it. Or it can be, like I said, simply laying on your mat, breathing, being intentional, right?
At my pace.
Yeah, at your own pace.
We have all these preconceived notions of yoga. When people hear yoga, they're like, oh, you got to do all the things and make all the poses. You got to be good at it, And so we have this preconceived, like, oh, yoga is not for me. It's probably for the advanced people. Let's take it one step back and tell our listeners the benefits of yoga. Like, what are the benefits of yoga? I know we have all, I mean,
Yeah.
we could have all day for you to tell us
Yeah,
that, but
for sure.
give us outline, if you would say the top 3 benefits of yoga, what would those be?
Clarity, mental strength,
Yes.
and mobility.
Clarity, mental strength, and mobility. Top 3 benefits
Top
of
three.
yoga.
I could, yeah, like
I
you
mean,
said.
I want all of that.
Yeah,
All
I
of us
could
want
give
all
you
of
all
that.
the like, oh, your back will feel great. Oh, your skin will look good. That's great. There's obviously, you can do so much for that, right? But what's deeper than like the surface level benefits? Clarity, mental strength, and mobility.
I'm going to say that one more time. The top 3 benefits of yoga: clarity, mental strength, and mobility.
Yep.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
So we take that one step further, and you open Union Yoga.
Yeah.
So I walk into this studio, and I'm looking for the room that has just regular yoga. And Pooja goes, everything is hot yoga. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Everything is hot yoga?
We do have a few classes that are warm, like a cozy room, but it's never going to be less than 80 degrees.
Why hot yoga?
Okay.
School us.
Well, so,
us.
okay, let's take it back.
Yes.
If you have a piece of metal, even glass, right?
Yes.
How did they shape this?
You got to hit it up so that it can be malleable and you can.
There you go. You answered your own question.
You know what?
Think about your
I'm not
son.
asking your questions. I'm asking you the questions.
So
you got me.
I get you, right? So now you look at our spine, right? It's like it's bent. It's meant to go in all 4 directions. But
Yes.
how often do we do that? Never, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when you heat it up, you warm up the muscles internally, you're loosening everything up, you're building flexibility, you're strengthening the muscles, you're bringing in that mobility, right? So the heat, yes, it is overwhelming. Yes, it is hot. Yes, I know but
Okay.
there are benefits to it. I'm not just a crazy person who turns it up to 105, right? There's benefits, right? When we sweat, we detox,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we
And
do.
that heat, that warmth in your body helps loosen things up, right? If you're aiming towards touching your toes, you're not just going to stand up today and touch it, right? You have to get those muscles involved. And so the heat helps you move in that direction, helps to build that mobility. The heat is building that mental strength, right? You don't have much control over the heat.
No, you don't.
But you have control over your breath, your body, your actions, right, in the room. And it's just testing that. And honestly, when you come out of a hot yoga class, you feel clarity. You work through a lot in 90 minutes. And it's so the heat, I get it. It's a lot. I've been practicing many, many years. And there are days when I am on my mat as a student and I'm like, why does anybody do this? Why do I do this? But I love it. It feels amazing. The heat is a necessary component to keep up your mobility. So we have classes that are like about 85, 90 degrees. That's a yin or a slow flow.
Yes.
But again, still maintaining that warmth so that you can get just a little bit deeper into your body.
Because we all subconsciously crave that clarity, mental strength, and mobility
100%.
without even knowing that we're craving that.
Without even knowing it. Yeah.
So about a year ago, congratulations on almost hitting you already hit 1 year.
No, January.
January. Okay, so congratulations on almost hitting 1 year.
Thank you.
So when you decided that, you know what, after this pandemic, in addition to raising my 2 kids because you have nothing else to do with your beautiful time, you're going to open a yoga studio.
Yes.
With the statistic that about 20% of small businesses fail within their first year, you jump right in.
I jumped right in.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, right into it,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And you choose the Union Yoga.
Yes.
Why the name Union?
So in Sanskrit, yog to me means to unite, join, yoke together. So bringing together. So kind of playing off of that, union was, I said it and I said, oh, what about union yoga? And my husband and I kind of looked at each other and we were like, did that?
Yeah.
And we were both like, what if people say onion though? And I was like, well, it is what it is. And then from then on, it was just, okay, what do you think about this for union? And it just, it just flowed. And then when it came to branding and building the business, union was just, that was it. There was nothing else that fit. And Union Yoga Studio, I don't know, it just rolls off the tongue.
I love that. I love that. So where can our listeners find you? Those who are local to Powell, and the neighboring cities.
So we are off of Powell Road, right at the intersection of Sawmill and Powell Road.
Yes.
We are in the Giant Eagle complex. We're right nestled between Aquatots and Club Pilates.
Yes.
We are Union Yoga Studio. We have a great space. We have bathrooms, showers, all the amenities that you would need. We welcome you in. We have been there since January.
I'm excited about everybody getting to try Union Yoga. We have there are discounts for first-time visitors at Union Yoga, which we're going to put links to in the show notes, and a link to your social media as well, so they can follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to have you. I have one question for you.
Yes.
And if you were to hit pause on your life, what moment would you like to stretch just a little further? Or maybe let's switch this to a yoga pose. If you were to hit pause on a yoga pose, which one would you stretch a little longer?
So there's this posture in the 90-minute class called standing bow. It's Dandayamana Dhanurasana. And it's a balancing
Say that
posture.
one more time.
Dandayamana Dhanurasana, standing bow pulling pose. So you're standing on one leg.
Yes.
You have your ankle of one foot in your hand and you're balancing and you're bringing your body down. And there's this idea of you're kicking into your hand as you're stretching forward and you find perfect balance. The dialogue says, kick hard enough and you can balance here forever. I finally, after 20 years of practicing this posture, can find my balance and I can hold it. And so that posture, whenever I get to practice, it is the perfect moment of mental strength because you're like, I'm going to fall out. I'm going to fall out. I'm going to fall out.
But you don't.
But you don't.
You're talking about that, and I'm not even envisioning the pose. I'm envisioning my life. I'm envisioning working on my life for 20 years, working on parts and pieces of my life, which I've struggled with for 20 years, and still not getting there.
Oh, yeah.
But in the process, I have built the mental strength to be able to almost get there. Almost always get there. And it's the journey.
Yeah, it's the journey, 100%.
Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the
I
journey.
love that. I love that. So if you were to leave our listeners with one little intentional initiative, tiny little thing they could do to switch their lives from autopilot to align, what would that be?
Start writing. Get a piece of paper, pen,
Yes.
sit down and write. Can be as simple as writing a to-do list. What are you thinking about? What's in your brain? Maybe you go a little bit deeper. What's bothering you? Right? Setting those, taking those thoughts and putting them onto paper, I think helps to allow to set those boundaries to intentional living, right? We hold a lot up here, a lot of unspoken.
Yes.
And this doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Simply just writing, getting it out. You could even draw a picture, right? But getting it out of your body. Maybe that's how you have to process, or that's how you have to, work through something confusing or difficult. Right. And that's something I have been working on, very personally, is writing in a journal every night. Even it's as simple as like, oh, for dinner today we had X, Y, and Z. Today I, finally got around to doing X, Y, and Z. And it helps take the things out of my brain and I can work through things that are really bothering me and bring them up to the surface, and then I can process them. So just write. Simple.
Well, you heard my yoga teacher, and she said, Our intentional initiative for today is to start writing.
Yeah.
And even if you cannot write, there's no excuse for this one because she said it's okay to draw a picture.
Yes. Yeah.
And she said it's okay to also just write what you had for dinner.
Yeah. It doesn't have
So
to be
just
elaborate.
start writing.
Just start writing.
Just start writing. Downloading is that mental download from your
like
brain
that.
onto the paper.
Mental download. I
know,
like that.
I've written a newsletter about mental
Yes.
download. So when you started saying that, I was like, ooh,
I love
coming
it.
right back.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Pooja.
Of course.
Well, it is time for one of my favorite segments of this podcast, and it is Supplement School with Emlah. And don't worry, there's no exam, there's no test. Or there may be. But, Pooja, question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to go on a journey and you were only allowed to take one supplement with you, what would that be?
Magnesium.
Oh, she didn't even think. Oh, she did not have to think. She said magnesium.
Yes.
Why magnesium?
I've seen huge benefits from it. You know, I know it started out on Instagram and social media, sort of like a fad.
Yes, yeah.
But I was feeling a lot of the things that, you know, what happens when you have that magnesium deficit, right? Like you're fatigued, you're foggy, your just body feels off. And so I decided, you know what, let me try it and see. Maybe it is just a fad. But I tried it out and I've been doing it every night on my feet. And I notice a difference. I notice I sleep better, wake up happier, less irritated.
Yes.
I've noticed that just my overall functioning, I don't feel as fatigued, foggy. I'm more sharp. So magnesium.
I love that. Well, you heard the girl. Pooja's favorite supplement is magnesium. So Supplement School with Emlah is focusing on magnesium today. How do you put magnesium on your plate? The best way to put magnesium on your plate, nuts. Green leafy vegetables and nuts will be the best way to put magnesium on your plate. So my top things when I talk to clients about magnesium is when you go out to buy magnesium, don't just buy any type of magnesium. Look at the front of the bottle. It says magnesium. Wonderful. All the benefits. But turn the bottle to the back. Look at the active ingredients. You need the right salt form of magnesium. There are more than 11 different salt forms of magnesium. Magnesium citrate, magnesium oxide, magnesium malate, threonate, gluconate. There's all kinds of salts of magnesium. But these different salts affect different parts of the body differently. I'm going to talk to you about a few today. So magnesium glycinate, you know, all the molecules of magnesium are small enough to cross the blood-brain barrier. So when they cross the blood-brain barrier, magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate, these two are top two for the brain. Brain health, because they're small enough to cross the blood-brain barrier, help you fall asleep, stay asleep longer, help you to prevent migraines, they help you to reduce anxiety. That's why she feels better in the morning after taking magnesium. You know, when people come into the pharmacy and they say they're having a hard time sleeping, they're having a hard time staying asleep, you know, people would take melatonin and Benadryl, all the things which I don't recommend to take before falling asleep.
Yeah.
When they come complaining of sleep issues, any insomnia, my first go-to is usually magnesium. I give magnesium glycinate.
Yeah.
Magnesium glycinate will help you not only fall asleep, but stay asleep. And you have that restorative sleep. You wake up in the morning feeling energized. And in general, magnesium is a skeletal muscle relaxer. Our great-grandparents knew what they were doing when they would do an Epsom salt bath. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfite. That's just another salt form of magnesium. Relaxes your skeletal muscle. When you soak your feet in magnesium, it relaxes you. Kind of gives you that restorative and that skeletal muscle relaxation. A lot of massage lotions contain magnesium. As they rub it on your body, relaxes your skeletal muscle, you kind of feel relaxed. So the benefits of magnesium those are just a few. It helps to reduce blood pressure, to maintain healthy blood pressure levels. It helps with blood sugar control. Magnesium, if we continue to list the benefits, we're going to stay here for a very long time. But magnesium is my go-to. It also helps in hormone conversion. But when you buy magnesium, you want to make sure that we have an Emlah Naturals. My favorite magnesium is a tri-blend magnesium. So I've combined 3 top salt forms of magnesium. The glycinate, the malate, which remember, magnesium malate, M for muscles, that's the one that targets your muscles the most. Perfect. So for muscle relaxation. So I give magnesium to my son, my son who's a junior, he's an athlete. So that way he takes magnesium every evening to be able to relax his muscles because we need to be stretching, but we are not stretching enough. So magnesium can give us at least a hand to that, right? But magnesium, the tri-blend magnesium has 3 top salt forms of magnesium. We're going to have a link on the show notes. And so you can purchase that on Emlah Naturals as well as walking into Powell Pharmacy. Well, Pooja, thank you very much for telling us about your story, highlighting postpartum depression, highlighting the benefits of yoga, and telling us about the beautiful Union Yoga Studio. And if you are local to Powell or living around Powell, you should step foot into that building. When you walk in, even if you do not do any yoga, you feel aligned.
Yeah.
You feel calm. Like it is a beautiful, when I walk in, it's hard for me to come out. Like I just feel this sense of peace and ease when I walk in. Thank you for coming and sharing your wisdom with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored, and thank you for just being you. I appreciate all you do and your wisdom. So thank you.
Well, thank you. It was a beautiful time having Pooja on the podcast today. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And positive social connections being my favorite pillar. Please share this podcast with somebody you love. And as usual, be kind to your body and live each day with gratitude and intention.